Hi everyone, I'm Karan and welcome to Karan's Gyan. In today's video, I'll be talking about margin and M2M. Before starting with the video, I would like to keep the following points in the back of your mind. So, as you know, we discussed that at the time of initiating a futures position, margins are blocked in your trading account. So, whatever money you have in your trading account, accordingly, a margin amount is blocked from your trading account based on the margin given by the exchange and the contract value of the futures position you're heading in. So the margin that gets blocked is known as initial margin. So initial margin is actually a sum of span margin and exposure margin. I'll be getting into details of span and exposure margin in the next video. So until then, I'll be more or less I'll be talking about M to M and giving you a brief highlight about margin. So initial margin equals to span margin plus exposure margin. And as you know, I told you margin is used for leveraging. So as you know, the exchange would tell us how much is the margin value that has to be given, and it varies daily. All right, the exchange comes up with the margin figures and it sends it to your broker, and the broker tells you how much margin is supposed to be paid for a specific contract. And margin would be different for different type of contracts, different for commodities, different for different shares. Based on the standard deviation and variance of the share, how volatile the share is, accordingly the margin will be decided. So margin is a percentage of the contract value. As we know, contract value is the futures price of that underlying futures price of the underlying, and into the lot size. So there'll be a lot size, what how many lots of how many units is there in a lot, that many units into the future price, that will give the contract value. Recall I showed you how contract value is calculated in the previous videos. Please have a look if you don't know what contract value is. Lot size is fixed, but future price varies every day. This is why margins also vary every day. All right. What is M2M? M2M stands for mark to market. So, as you know, share prices change every second, every minute, every day. Since share prices are changing, the future price is also changing, because, as I told you, futures and shares go in tandem. So if the underlying of a future, that means a share, is increasing, the future would also increase. Similarly, if the underlying is decreasing, its future would also decrease. So it's called mark to market. So every day, as the future price is changing, the your margin gets marked to market. Marked to market. It's actually market price, but they say mark to market because it's more easy to say. M to M. It's a very short form to say. And like brokers generally, they don't have time and they'll say, sir, M to M is this much, M to M is that much. Just to make quick calls every day. This is how the lingo in finance goes on. Everything has short forms. So mark to market is a short form of M to M. Hmm. Okay. For example, I'll show you how M2M works. I'll give you an example, and you'll have a good understanding about what M2M is. So what happens is, for example, you bought a share. All right, you bought a share and you give cash for buying the share, and if you sell the share after 30 days, you'll get cash. All right, so when you buy share, cash goes away. When you sell the share, cash comes. But if the share price is changing, technically your cash is not coming to your account, only the value of the share is increasing. You'll be able to book your profit, you'll be able to get the cash when you sell the share. All right, same like a property. For example, you have a property of 1 crore. Tomorrow, if the property goes to 1 crore 20 lakh rupees, it doesn't mean that 20 lakh rupees have come into your account. A profit of 20 lakh rupees will come into your account when you sell that property at 1 crore 20 lakh rupees. So this is how it traditionally works. Whereas mark to market is, in future you'll be getting a portion, you'll be getting your entire profit in your bank account. All right, so if you have a future of a particular property and that property goes to 1 crore 20 lakh, you'll be credited, I'm sorry, you'll be credited 20 lakh into your account. All right, so I'll give you an example here. For example, there's Hindalco futures. You have bought it and sold it on the same day. You bought it for 165 rupees and you sold it for 170.10 paisa. Right. So you bought it and sold it on the same day. So there won't be any M2M in it. You will have a direct profit of 10,200 rupees because the lot size is 2,000. Right. However, if you are holding this future for 4 days, all right, there'll be M2M calculation every day made into your account. Okay. For example, I say you bought the share at 165 rupees. I'm sorry, you bought this future at 165 rupees, and these are the prices when it's closing every day. Right. So based on it, you'll there'll be a M2M change in your account, a mark to market change in your trading account. A better example. So you bought it at 165 rupees, like I highlighted here. You bought it at 165 rupees. That day the share closed at 168.3 rupees. So technically you have a profit of 6,600 rupees, even though you haven't sold the future at 168.3, but you will get this amount in your account because you are settling for the change in the price. So as you recall, I told you what makes future more secure than forwards. There is you know some amount of cash settlement, in the sense that if the value of the commodity, if the value of the underlying changes in the coming days, there needs to be a certain amount of cash settlement to say, yeah, all right, I'm holding my end of the deal. All right, so consider M2M as that cash settlement. All right, so I bought the future at 165 rupees. I haven't sold the future till now, but that future closes uh, at the end of the day at 168.3 rupees. I get a profit of 6,600 rupees. The profit is not booked as of now, but this amount of cash will be credited in my account. All right. So this is the mark to market. My futures have been marked accordingly. My futures have been marked have from 165 to 168.3. They have been marked to 168.3. All right, so now a new day comes. Technically my previous day contract is settled, in the sense my previous day marking is done. It has been marked up. So it has been marked up from 165 to 168.3. So it has been marked up and it has been settled. Now for the new day, a markup price would be considered. They'll consider 168.3 rupees instead of 165 because that settlement is done. So if on 2nd December it increases from 168.3 to 172.4, again there's a markup. All right, so this markup is about 4.1 rupees per future. As a result, I'll have another 8200 rupees in my account because there has been a markup on the future I bought. So I'll have another 8200 rupees in my account. Now what happens is, on the third day, on 3rd December, there has been a markdown. My future has fallen from 172.4 rupees to 171.6 rupees. As a result, since it has been marked down, I'll have to pay 1600 rupees. Now do you see what is happening? When the future price is increasing, at the end of the day, the amount is being credited into my account. I am getting money. But when the future price is decreasing at the end of the day, I I have to debit some amount. I some amount is debited. I have to pay some amount. So when future price, this is when I have bought the future. All right. So I'm thinking the future price would increase, and that's why this M2M is happening. Yeah, so on the third day also there's a change, based on which I have to pay 3,400 rupees because my because I have I faced a loss for that day. So I have to pay 3400. So at the end of the day, my account has a surplus of 9800 rupees, which is marked to market. So if you calculate directly from 165 to 169.9, you see it's about 4.9 rupees. 4.9 rupees into the lot size, which is 2000, is is 9800 rupees. It just, if you see, it's the same thing. Just the reference price is changing, and you can understand basic maths. So now if I ask you a question, who's paying me 6600 rupees, who is paying me 8200 rupees, or when I'm losing, who am I paying 1600 rupees to, or 3400 rupees to? So like I told you, when a future is bought, like in this case I have bought the future of Hindalco. Alright, so if I'm buying a future of Hindalco, there is someone who has sold the future of Hindalco. I'm thinking that Hindalco, or the share which I bought, Hindalco, you know, I'm thinking it'll go up. That's why I have bought futures. Whereas someone who has sold futures, he's thinking the future price would go down. That's why he has sold futures. So so the person who has sold future, he's thinking that the share price will go down, the future price would go down. So he has technically faced 6600 rupee loss. In 2nd December he has faced 8200 rupees loss. So technically he is paying 6600 rupees, which is being deposited to my account, because I bought a future and he has sold that future. It's between two parties. Like I told you, in future, money is moved from one pocket to another pocket. It's a zero sum game. Similarly, this is a zero sum game. Alright, so summing it up, so the mark to market is just a daily accounting adjustment where money is either credited or debited. Credited means money, you are receiving money. Debited means money is going away from you. You're paying money. So that is debit. Based on how the future price behaves. Okay, the previous day close price is taken into consideration to calculate the present day M2M. Like I gave you in this example, the reference price is changing. Alright, so as long as the trader holds the contract, the exchange, by virtue of the M2M, ensures both parties are fair and square on a daily basis. So the both parties in this case are the buyer and seller. Okay, I am squaring off the difference. Like I told you, there is a certain form of guarantee. Okay, there's a certain form of guarantee in future, so that there's no counterparty risk, which was there in forwards contract. So this is how, using M2M, the exchange ensures that both the parties uphold their part of the contract. So this is it for margin and M2M. In the next video, I'll be talking about initial margin, span margin, exposure margin. So please uh, have a look uh, at that video. If you guys like this video, press the like button. If you want to see more such videos coming up, subscribe. Or if you have any questions related to margin and M2M, please comment. I'll answer your questions. Thank you. Have a nice day.